down, shoot down. All your ships now. Radio, all your friends. The war is on again. Shoot down, shoot down, shoot down. Melting glaciers recorded. You scattered through the time rising. Sat down again. Pick it back up just to win. Sat down again. Pick it back up. You'll never win. You'll never win. You'll never win. You'll never win. Shoot out, shoot the lights out. Maybe they won't see us now. Undercover darkness world, they won't find us again. Shoot out, shoot out, shoot out. The mountain glaciers recorded. Scattering through the time sat down again. Pick it back up just to win. Sat down again. Pick it back up. You'll never win. You'll never win. You'll never win. You'll never
Greatest theme intro ever. Coffee.
Noah, it's a morning. Suck thus aloud into you.
That last part's a little disturbing there, but good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Noah in the Morning. I am Noah Gogi, here with you as I am every weekday except for Wednesday, of course. It is 10 a.m. I am here from the lovely and palatial All Western New York Radio Broadcast Studios in Buffalo, New York. Temperature outside right now? Let's see. It's about negative 368 degrees at the moment. Negative 369 with the wind chill. And it's deadly cold out there, people, so don't go outside. If you can avoid it, stay in here with me, at least until most of the morning's over. All right, we started the show today with some Dark Eyes 55. In fact, we've been starting the show all week with Dark Eyes 55, the song Radio. Great tune. I just can't get enough of it. I love that song. Those guys are a great band. Find them on Facebook. Go to their shows. And in case you didn't know, Aaron Anson of Dark Eyes 55 is now the mayor of Lockport. He ran successfully on the pothole ticket, and he's up there, I think, right now, cold patching potholes as we speak. He is running from pothole to pothole and dumping any kind of filler that he can in there. Cat litter, coffee grounds, anything that he could find. And we wish him the best with that, although, the success rate it's hit or miss. 10:07 a.m. Wow. Where does the time go? We're going to do an hour today, just going until 11 a.m., so we've got a lot of stuff to get into. We got some Breckenwood going on in the background here. They're going to be our band of the day today. We'll check out some of their tunes at full volume in just a few moments. First, a story caught my eye I wanted to touch on today. In case you missed it, last night on the Noah's Ark show, we brought to you some hometown news. I'm, of course, from the southern tier, and they're up to some really interesting things down there. They're moonshining, they're growing weed in the state lands. Oh, yeah. It's crazy down there. It's the Wild West. It was once the frontier. Keep that in mind. Well, this morning, some Niagara Falls news caught my eye. Of course, co-host of Noah's Ark, Think So Joe, mentioned that was his hometown, and I think it's only fair that we have equal coverage here, and we bring Think So Joe's hometown news, even though Think So Joe is not yet with us. But I think he's going to join us here at some point. Think So Joe, if you're out there, come and hang out with me in Google. Although I'm not really sure how to do that. Good luck. Otherwise, 716-402-4218, that's our phone number. Back to the news from Niagara Falls. 2 tourists from Pennsylvania put themselves in peril Wednesday afternoon when they went out on a closed-off, ice-covered section of Terrapin Point at Niagara Falls State Park. Walter Gladkowski, 48, of Export, PA, and Gregory Payne, 46, of Lancaster, PA, were spotted at about 3 p.m. by a park employee who snapped their photo on his cell phone and called the police. The men apparently didn't know each other, according to the story. Wait, the one guy was from Export, PA, and the other guy's from Lancaster, PA. And they rode here together in the same car. They don't know each other? It's weird. You'd think they would have at least made some small talk. Well, they were issued tickets for being on property closed to the public. And park police cautioned people interested in seeing the partially frozen falls to stay away from areas that have been closed off. Park police dispatcher Chris Ann Conley says, quote, "It's solid snow and ice. You could slip and go right off." There's another reason that I brought this story to you this morning, and I think it's important. Because I've done this myself. It's time for a story from Noah. As you know, every story that Noah tells here on Noah in the Morning has a moral imperative that I hope you will learn from and take to heart. One day, I decided I wanted to see the frozen falls myself. Went out to Terrapin Point, it just wasn't close enough. It was all closed off. So don't go past this line, wanderer. It's not safe. I know it's not safe, I know that, but I'm no tourist. I'm a man who lived in Niagara Falls for years. I know it well. Fitting that the song Emergency by Breckenwood comes on right now. Oh yes. Did I dare go further? I did. Let me tell you what happened, and why you should never, ever repeat this mistake. Because I did slip and fall, after getting a beautiful couple pictures of the falls, might I add. Took a little tumble. Actually slid, water slide style, down the front of the frozen falls. Trust me, I know this story sounds unbelievable, but it is absolutely true. When I reached the bottom of the frozen falls, I looked around, and I smelled a minty, delicious smell. I realized it was no longer cold, and it was no longer frozen around me. Why, there were shamrocks everywhere. And I thought, this is odd. There can't possibly be shamrocks down here this time of year. My mind was blown. I didn't know where to go from there. So I got up and I started walking around, and that's when I saw him. Jingaloo. It's his name. Jingaloo is the Niagara Falls leprechaun. He lives down at the bottom, and telling you this, people, so you know, take my word for it, this is the real reason parts of Niagara Falls are closed off. Not for your own safety, trust me. The great authorities of Niagara Falls could give a shit. Really, they've got bigger fish to fry. There are bodies turning up in dumpsters left and right on 3rd Street. Okay, there's more important things than tourists falling down into the leprechaun hole. Understandable, right? So I fell into the leprechaun hole with Jingaloo. I said, what is happening here? Where are we? This can't be real. And he said, yes, it is real. This is the real Cave of the Winds. Now, of course, I've tried to go to the Cave of the Winds many times while I lived in the falls and after. I don't know if you know this, but the Cave of the Winds is not an actual attraction that you can get to from Niagara Falls State Park. You will stand in line as if you're going to the Cave of the Winds for hours and hours and hours, maybe all day. When you reach the elevator to take you to the Cave of the Winds, the elevator doors will close, and a sign will appear that says, out of order. And you think, man, should have just gone and rode the Maid of the Mist. They moved that shit right along. At least they used to. I don't know what happened since the new companies come out. Whatever. Anyway, back to Jingaloo, because this is the important part of the story. Jingaloo took me into the real Cave of the Winds, and it's not what you would expect. It's not a ton of water and ice, cold, snow. No. It's actually quite fantastic in there. And very comfortable. There are shamrocks, as I said, beds of shamrocks everywhere. Jingaloo took me into the Cave of the Winds. He made me some dinner, corned beef and cabbage, of course. It was delicious. And then I met his whole family, and God, they wouldn't shut up. They don't get a lot of visitors down there. The elevator never works to get down there, so no one ever comes to see them, although they're supposed to. Well, Jingaloo's not bitter. He's just very, very lonely. I think he hates his family. It's kind of a sad dynamic, actually, that they have under there in the leprechaun hole in the Cave of the Winds. If you ever go down there, you know what I mean. But don't do it! Don't go down there. Not because it's unsafe, not because there's a leprechaun cave. No, because Jingaloo is fucking annoying, man. He won't leave you alone. I'm getting phone calls left and right here. What is it about the morning? Everyone wants to talk. Well, if you want to talk to me, ladies and gentlemen, 716-402-4218 is the phone number that you'll have to call. Any other numbers that I would generally respond to at other times, I will not right now. I am sorry, person who's calling me right now. All right, it's 10:14 a.m. Stay away from the Leprechaun Cave, people. It's dangerous down there. We talk voicemail for a second. Sometimes people leave you a voicemail on your phone, and it's the worst thing in the world. I've had no room in my voicemail on this phone for at least 6 years. I don't know what voicemails are on there. I've never listened to them. But it's full. My voicemail box is full. And with that said, I've got to say, when you call somebody and you get their voicemail and it's like, this voicemail is full, you're like, what a dick. This guy. I am that dick. And I'm sorry. It's not because I'm trying to slight you. It's because I hate voicemail. I don't know my own password or how to access it. I'm not a technology guy. You can see. I don't know how I appear to you in this magical box every day. I just sit in this chair. I let in some natural light, look at the garbage men for a few minutes. When I turn back, here it is. No, there it is, new voicemail. It's impossible to reach. I apologize. What else do we have? Earlier in this week, we had Scatman Jones on the show, which was a great pleasure. Scatman, very talented actor, musician, doing a lot of interesting things out there, actually. Love the Scatman. Love hanging with him. We had a great show. And I encourage you to go back and check out the YouTube of that. if you have a chance. But one of the things that we had discussed was the impending departure of Jairus Byrd from the Buffalo Bills. Yes, unfortunately, it looks like Jairus is gone. And I'm going to resurrect this just a few more times. We've got to do this while he's still here. Once he's gone, we shan't speak of him again. So, again, I bring to you the correct and proper pronunciation of Jairus Byrd's name.
Jairus Byrd. Jairus Byrd.
It's important that you make the last name 2 syllables. You'd think it's 1. You'd be wrong. One more time.
Jairus Byrd. Jairus Byrd.
It's Byrd. See, that's the important thing, is Byrd. That recording was actually done by Jingaloo, my leprechaun friend from Niagara Falls. Good for him. He does a lot of voice work. All right, it's about time that we get into some Breckenwood without me talking all over them, stepping on their goodness. Nobody likes that. It's the morning, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm Noah, and I'm here. Noah in the morning. Thanks for being with me. Breckenwood. This song's called Nothing Left to Prove. Dig it.
Hey! Whoa! Whoa! It's so pretty lights in the city, here we go, and nothing's going wrong. I've seen it, I'm in between it, and I knew this all along. I've been there, seen it all before, show me something new. You know it, and I'm just nothing running from the things you do. I saw the action getting you, and my attraction never knew, and I can't explain the things in the guys. I ain't got nothing left to prove. Whoa! Whoa! Will you listen? Know that you're missing this at night. See that you're owing me. Believe it, why can't you see it? I am here and ready for you to be. I've been there, seen it all before. Look the other way. You know it, and I'm just nothing running from the things you say. I saw reaction getting you, and my attraction never knew, and I can't explain the things you do, 'cause I ain't got nothing left to prove. You left me wanting something more. You left me wanting something more. Now I'm waiting for what's in store. Now I'm waiting for what's in store. And I don't want to wait another day. And I don't want to wait another day. I'm only hearing what you say when you got something waiting for me. I have your decision. I'm sorry, catching dating you, and my attraction never knew, and I can't explain the things you do, 'cause I ain't got nothing left to prove. I'm sorry, action dating you, and my attraction never knew, and I can't explain the things you do, 'cause I ain't got nothing left to prove. Oh, oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Kung Fu is so cool! Hey George, let me tell you about this new place.
What place is that there, Noah?
Oh, it's got the most amazing food.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the name of this damn
It's
place?
called Kung Food.
You mean Kung Fu?
Oh, yeah, the place we went an hour ago.
Holy shit! You know, I was wondering what the fuck the place was called. Kung Fu is so cool.
I got 3 things to say about Kung Food.
3?
Number 1, the food is good and cheap. Number 2, bubble tea. Okay,
Bubble tea.
Enough said.
Yes,
Number
baby.
3, George.
Hot chicks, man. Hot fucking chicks.
Chicks, man.
Chicks.
Kung Fu is so cool.
You just look for the delicious food and smell the delicious hotties.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh.
Woo-wee! Kung Fu is so cool.
Coming back to you today, when everything's the other way. Can you tell me what you see in me? When you were gone and so was I. Never had to say goodbye. Can you tell me where I ought to be? Bring them out to play again today. Can't handle any other way. Everything is so unfair, drowning in the atmosphere. 'Cause I am the loser of the year. Anything that you might need, I got a time for you to see. I'm wondering what it is you have in mind. Never far away from you, I hope to skip a jump or two. Well, you're the only one to find what you left behind. Bring them out to play again today. Can't handle any other way. Everything is so unfair, drowning in the atmosphere. 'Cause I am the loser of the year. Never hesitate, it doesn't have to be this way. Going out before it gets too late. What are we doing here? There's nothing left for us to fear. Take a look at where we are today. Bring them out to play again today. Can't handle any other way. Everything is so unclear, drowning in the atmosphere. 'Cause I am the loser of the year. I am the loser of the year. I thought you were an angel, but then I noticed I could never be more wrong as hell. Wasted tears, wasted moments, never being sure. That's what I think of you. You said you loved me, that's what you said, that's what you said. And I believed you like the common fool I was back then. I get these memories I don't really wanna see again. Don't remember when. Are you with my time? Are you with my time? On the coaster ride, nowhere. You said you were so right, you said you were so right. When I go through your mind, guess I had it wrong. I guess I had it wrong. Yeah. Thinking all about the times I had been with you. No wonder I had been so beaten down black and blue. Blurry vision never stopped me from loving you. Till I learned the good ones to you. Are you with my time? Are you with my time? Roller coaster ride to nowhere. I say you are so right. I say you are so right. When I go through your mind, I guess I had it wrong. I don't know what you've been told, but you don't seem to care. Lost between you and yourself. You won't go anywhere. I don't know what I've been hanging on to. I guess this is goodbye. Goodbye. You're my time. You're my time. Roller coaster ride to nowhere. You say you were so alive. You say you were so alive. But now we're through your mind. 'Cause I had it. I guess I had it. Are you with my time? Are you with my time? Roller coaster ride to nowhere. I say you are so blind. I say you are so blind. When I go through your mind, 'cause I had it wrong. Are you with my time? Are you with my time? Roller coaster ride to nowhere. I say you are so blind. I say you are so blind. When I go through your mind, 'cause I had it wrong. I guess I had it wrong. 'Cause I had it wrong. I guess I had it wrong. Dark, stay the night with me. Fucking all things the reason you don't need them at all. The dark of the deepest night is frightened to find me, and my one shooting star. When I look at you, I know just who you are. All of the nights you're here, you'll be open to temptation. Yeah, that's where I fall. All of the things you need. What if I told you you don't need them at all? Cause time after you, girl, it don't look good at all. Let's go! Hold me now instead of being home. Because life after you, girl, it don't look good at all. Because life after you, hey. You know it ain't so fucking bad. It's gonna happen.
All right, Noah in the Morning. We just did a little mini album side from Breckenwood. That's from their album Take Me There. That song was Life After You. Before that, we heard Common Fool. We heard Loser of the Year. Before the commercial, we started it off with Nothing Left to Prove. All right, now we got... things are blowing up left and right. In all honesty, I did return phone calls. And now I'm going to try to get Think So Joe on the line here. Let's see if we can do this.
Morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Noah.
How are you, my friend?
I'm all right. How are you?
I apologize. I was away there tending to some chainsaws in the air.
Well,
Wow,
I know how much you love your chainsaw juggling.
you sound amazing over the Skype.
Well, you know, I got a studio here, you got a studio there, so we sound like we're in the same room almost.
This is beautiful. Why can't I see you, though? I want to see you. Oh, okay. I can't because I'm using it on the Google Hangout. Now, Joe, help me out. How do I hang out with you on the
That
Googles?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. There's got to be a way for you to send me a Hangout request because I sent you my email address.
Invite people. There you go.
There
it's
you go.
it's thinksojoe@gmail.
thinksobrain@gmail.
Oh.
We just gave out my email address on the air, but that's all right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, I've sent it. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Answer. Let's see. We're probably going to get a loop or something here.
That may be.
I see quotation marks.
Oh, wait. There you are. I see you in there. There you are.
Okay. Well, if we're on the Hangouts,
And you've joined the group chat.
I see my little webcam controller thing there.
Okay. Fantastic. Look, here's Joe.
Plus
me.
Hangouts. Oh, okay. I'm about to join a Hangout on air. I have read the rules and I understand the information.
Oh no! Don't sign the T&Cs.
Everybody reads the terms and conditions. Join. Hey, there I am. I just saw me. Whoa. Hold on. I'm gonna hang up on you on Skype.
Yeah, let's hang up the. Okay. How about now? Are you still there?
Now we should be all right.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Yes, I do believe the Skype call quality was excellent. Thank you very much, Skype. Oh, there you are. I see you now. I see me. Let me get the camera more on me here.
This is fantastic, people.
It'll fall, I'm sure. I'm still wearing the same clothes from yesterday. I literally just got home.
Oh, you just got home from work?
Well, I came home from work and then I had to go to the bank. I had an overdraft I had to take care of. I was trying to call them first and be like, can I take care of this if I come there and so I don't have to drive all the way to Hamburg and back? And I couldn't get through, so I just went, and luckily they took care of it for me. So.
Very good, very good. Tell me what's the cat update? I need the cat update.
The cat, I caught him this morning. Okay, I found out where he was hiding. He was hiding literally like inside the ice machine.
Right.
Okay. And so I find this cat inside the ice machine. I kind of bang on the thing trying to get him out. And what happens is he runs. I didn't think to close all the doors around the ice machine, so he jets. I can't find this fucking cat, right? So I go downstairs. I'm trying to set a trap for it, right? I put some food out. I put like a bowl of milk. What I didn't realize is when I got the milk, the cat was sitting right next to the fridge. Okay, so I go and I see this cat. So I'm like, okay, I had my cat carrier with me. I'm trying to catch the cat. Be humane about it, take it to like the SPCA or 10 Lives Club, whatever.
Not going to strangle it to death with your bare hands.
No, not going to strangle it to death.
We've been over that. That's wrong.
Right. So I go. The cat lets me pick it up. I'm trying to get it in this cat carrier. It will not go. Okay. So I'm sitting here trying to get this cat in the cat carrier. He got me right on the finger there.
Ooh.
And little tiny scratch, nothing big. easily closed up. But he got away. I haven't seen him since. He's still in the building somewhere, but we'll get him eventually, I'm sure.
How do you think he got in? Has he been planning this endeavor for years?
I've seen the cat outside, and so it's a stray. It just hangs out, outside. It must have followed somebody in.
In case you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Niagara Falls has more strays than Sochi.
Yeah, that's true.
There are packs of wild animals that have taken over the city.
So I've seen this particular cat outside. It must have snuck in behind somebody, or something like that. I don't know, but so it's in there. We're trying to get it out, and I don't know where it's hiding now, but it was hiding under the inside the ice machine. There's like a little shelf kind of thing. I posted a video on Facebook. I was trying to find the cat, so I stuck the phone up in there, and I'm turning it around. Can't find it. I get the cat on video, so it's like, look, I'm not crazy. There is a cat in the building.
It's the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, pretty much. So then when I'm going to leave work, this is how my morning went. I'm going to leave work. I'm trying to plug my phone charger in, and it's just not turning on. So I'm like, oh, fuck, did the fuse blow again? So I push the lighter, I find the lighter, push the lighter in, pull it out, put my finger on it, like, oh, it's not even hot. Oh, fuck! So I burnt the shit out of my finger. I got this cat scratch on one hand, burnt the shit out of my finger on the other hand. I had that overdraft I told you about. I had to go to the bank. And I didn't even know if they were going to refund me. Luckily, they refunded me. But twice today I've gotten the parking spot right in front of my house. So that's always good. So except I live in South Buffalo, so at 6 o'clock I have to move my car. You can. It's 6 p.m. Monday to 6 p.m. Thursday on this side of the street, and then the rest of the week is on the other side of the street.
Oh, don't you hate that?
That totally makes sense. You know what I didn't realize when I parked at your place yesterday? It's 1 hour parking on your street.
It's what?
1 hour parking on your street.
Yes, it is. They do not enforce it, though.
I didn't think so, because I've parked out there plenty of times for more than an hour. Of course, I get there at 6 o'clock, and it's 1 hour parking till 7. So
yeah, I park my car out there and leave it for weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I've seen people park there, and
probably should move it at some point into the driveway. But you know what? Fuck the rules, people. We're here to rebel against that kind of shit.
Well, here on my street, they do enforce it, because it was actually on the news that they started ticketing people at like 6:05 one day. Like literally like 5 minutes after they're supposed to move the car, they're ticketing people. So it's on the news. They're talking to like my neighbors and shit on the news. And my neighbor, well, we were coming out to move the car and we already had a ticket. I'm like, I know those people. I know that street. That was when I didn't have a car. So now I make sure I move my damn car before 6 o'clock.
All right, I have to bring this to your attention, Joe, because I saw this headline and it just, wow, blew me away. According to NPR.org, which of course is a fine news organization, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
The Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts has ruled that upskirt photos are legal.
Of course they're legal.
Yeah, a state law aimed at peeping toms does not apply to someone who snaps upskirt photos, according to the court. Wow.
You know, it goes back to the Girls Gone Wild. You remember that case? They filed against the guy from Girls Gone Wild. They had there was like a 17-year-old girl in like one of their first videos.
Yeah, guy was a real scumbag too, as I recall, and they really, really ran him through.
They did, but the judge in that particular case ruled in favor of Girls Gone Wild because they said in a public place you have no expectation of privacy.
Even up your skirt?
Even up your skirt, apparently.
Wow. If you wear a skirt, ladies, you're fair game to have your panties snapped.
Yeah.
Put on the internet.
I mean, there's got to be some limit, though. I mean, you can't just walk up and be like, oh, snap. Right? I mean,
Mr. Michael Robertson was arrested in August 2010 by transit police who set up a sting after getting reports that he was using his cell phone to take photos and video of female riders' skirts and dresses. And now they've overturned that decision, and they've ruled that he's okay.
So basically, what state was it? Massachusetts?
Massachusetts, yeah.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is if I go to Massachusetts, I can take my phone and I can just go like, snap, and like not get in trouble?
Yeah.
Let's move to Massachusetts. All Western, all Boston radio. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'd shoot myself before I went to Boston.
Oh, man, the MTA is not what it once was, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the old Kingston Trio when you need them?
Anything, and you can do anything in Massachusetts now. You can get gay married, and you can take pictures up skirts of your husband, I guess.
Of our nation's history, the people of Boston have rallied bravely whenever the rights of man have been threatened. Today,
when the right to take upskirt photos.
Metropolitan Transit Authority, known as the MTA, is attempting to levy a burdensome tax on the population.
The Kingston Trio, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not familiar with the Kingston Trio, this is a legendary folk band. They're sort of like the Folksmen in a Mighty Wind. This is their big hit, MTA. They've had about 4,000 members over the years. All the original guys, I think, are dead. All the guys in this song, they're dead. This whole thing has to be public domain, I think, because they recorded it about, I don't know, 1850.
Probably.
On a wax record.
YouTube won't kick us off for this one.
His fate is still unlearned. What a pity. He may ride forever.
Something about their protest for rights leads me to believe that they were not trying to protect guys who were going to take upskirt photos on the
Probably
MTA.
not, but,
Wow.
Hey,
A female passenger on a trolley who's wearing a skirt dress or the like, covering those parts of her body, is not a person who is partially nude, no matter what is or is not underneath the skirt by way of underwear or other clothing.
Okay. So basically what it's saying is if you can see it, you can take a picture of it.
Right.
Okay.
If you've got it out in public, it can be photographed, it can be...
Which of course goes back to what I was saying with the Girls Gone Wild case, where if you're in public, you have no expectation of privacy.
That's right.
So it's essentially the same, basically the same ruling.
Incredible. Although, I'm all for civil rights here in America, people. Don't get me wrong. I think you should be free to do basically whatever the hell you want most of the time. I don't know about this one. There's got to be some limits, right? There's got to be some public protection. If you're just wearing a skirt, you're not wearing a skirt to show off your undies. You know what I mean?
That's true. I don't know. I mean, hey, if you can see it, you can take a picture of it, and that makes sense. But still, come on, really? They had now it's officially legal to take upskirt photos, which is ridiculous. I mean, hey, if that whatever. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the new MTA. You tired of calling the party line in Boston? Tired of sitting around with your cock and balls in your hands? Nothing to look at on your phone? Get on the MTA. Hey, get a monthly pass. Because now you can take all the pictures you want of the ladies. Oh, yeah.
Don't get any ideas when you get on the Metro Rail.
Let me tell you something. The Metro Rail is a dirty, horrible place. And there's nobody on there that you want to take an upskirt photo of.
No.
Okay? Because everybody in the Metro Rail is either under 16 or over 60.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Except for me and you, we're the only ones in between that age range.
I used to ride it. I'm now done with it. I've retired from the Metro Rail.
The only time I was riding the rail was to get to your house, and now I drive to your house.
There you go. I'm sure I'll ride it again someday, but I won't be snapping any upskirt photos. I promise you that.
I'm sure.
Interesting stuff. So what else is going on, Joe? How's life over there in South Buffalo?
Life here isn't so bad. Like I said, I got the parking spot in front of my house. I'm happy about that. That made my day. Quite honestly, I made my day. I get to hang out and do this wonderful radio show with you in the morning, And, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm eating junk food.
Ooh.
I'm drinking Pepsi, which I don't drink anymore. What diet?
Party over there.
I am partying over here, man. Shit. I went to Tops this morning to, grab a Pepsi, get some cash back, so I can, get on the throughway and drive home. And it's like, oh, movie candy, 10 for 10. Like, oh shit. All right, I'm buying some snow caps. Can't resist it.
What are you gotta have the mints. What are the little mints?
Oh, the junior mints?
Junior mints.
Yeah, with the little chocolate covering. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the movie theater size box of like junior mints. That's what you gotta get.
Yeah, well, no, I got the snow caps. I haven't had these in a while. And you got to realize like the irony of me eating snow caps when I can look out this window and see a ton of snow. It's just eating snow caps in Buffalo. Hey, look, now you can see me better.
Let's talk the Buffalo Bills for a second here. Something we actually never got into last night on Noah's Ark. The Bills are no longer playing in Toronto.
Really?
This is fantastic news.
That is good news.
Of course, it raises the prices for season tickets because there's one more game, obviously. But
right.
That is now a quality home game at the Ralph in Orchard Park, as it should be. Toronto was just a horrible place to play games, and I think
did the Bills win any of the Toronto games?
I think they won once. They won once after being there. But the Falcons game really this past year was the last straw because, I mean, in prior games, people actually supported the other team besides the Bills just to be dicks because they're Canadians. Yeah. But at the Falcons game, it's like nobody cared. The Bills, Falcons, who gives a shit? It's a terrible game, two terrible teams. The Bills will most likely lose. I mean, it's almost guaranteed. The players hate it. The staff hates it. The city of Toronto hates it. The people in Buffalo hate it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a slam dunk.
Well, I'm glad they're not playing in Toronto anymore until they move there permanently.
You know, I love Toronto, but they will never have an NFL franchise.
No, and the reason being it's too close to the Bills.
I'm boldly putting that out there right now. They won't get the Bills. I don't think they would want the Bills. They've had their chance.
That's why they won't put another NHL team in Toronto or in Hamilton because it would affect the Sabres.
Right. I think it's more likely that you'd see a team in Hamilton again than you'd ever see a pro football franchise in Toronto.
Yeah.
I mean, if an NFL franchise is going to go anywhere in Canada, Toronto would be the place.
Right.
That is the biggest city and the most metropolitan area, in Canada. But yeah, it's the Bills, and the Bills really, I think, have a large enough footprint that they can kind of claim that territory as part of their fan base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's see. Bills making a couple of headlines yesterday, too. They actually just re-signed Aaron Williams to a contract extension. Do you know why, my friend? Do you know why?
No.
Because Jairus Byrd is about to be gone.
Yeah, well, you saw that coming a mile away.
Oh,
especially when they didn't give him the franchise tag.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to ever re-sign with the Bills. He never wanted to re-sign with the Bills. He never would re-sign with the Bills. He will be at Brown moments after free agency opens. Pettin wants him bad. Pettin loves to bring safeties with him to teach the system to his new teams. And his head coach there, the Cleveland Browns, there's nobody that he wants more in the universe right now than Jairus Byrd, and he'll get him, and he'll overpay for him, and that's fine. And I think that's a big part of why the Bills really had no shot to re-sign him. Jairus Byrd sees Mike Pettin out there, and he says, that's where I want to go. I think had they kept Pettin in the fold, had he not become the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, they'd have a decent chance of keeping Jairus Byrd. Am I saying that right? Am I pronouncing his name right? Let's go to the official pronunciation here and make sure. Back to this one more time. I gotta keep doing it. It's so good.
Jairus Byrd. Jairus Byrd.
Byrd. That is how you pronounce Jairus Byrd's name. Or should I say Jairus Byrd? One more time.
Jairus Byrd. Jairus Byard.
There you have it.
Great pronunciation.
That's fantastic.
If they bring another safety to Cleveland, what's that mean for my boy Gary, who's already second string there?
I thought he was a tight end.
No, yeah, you're right. I confused myself.
Gary Hadley, good.
I talked to so many NFL players or former NFL players being on the Board Wrestling Fan podcast every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, bwfradio.com. I get confused. We just had Moose Ojanaka on a couple of weeks ago because he quit football and started wrestling.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting to get the different answers when you ask them the same question. You ask Gary Barnidge, the tight end from the Browns. You ask him, what would you rather win, the Super Bowl, the Lombardi Trophy, or the WWE Championship? And he's a wrestling fan, and he goes, I'd rather win the Lombardi Trophy because it's something I do with a team. You ask Moose Ojanaka the exact same question, and Moose goes, well, I want the WWE Championship because I do it myself. So it's amazing. You get two different answers from two completely different players, and Ojanaka was there for a cup of coffee, But
the man is honest. Hey,
yeah, absolutely. Whereas when we get the football players on, it's we do speed round, and it's like Vince McMahon or Vince Lombardi. Super Bowl or WWE Championship.
Nice.
And I think both of them said Vince McMahon instead of Lombardi. They're like, oh, I know he was great for the game, but I'd love to meet Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon could still have you killed.
That's true.
All right, well, it's 10:53. We're almost done with the show here. Just a few moments left. Let's talk a little bit about this freezing cold tundra outside there, Joe.
It's actually not bad right now. In fact, I was starting to get annoyed because the sun was like bearing down on the back of my neck when I was driving to Walmart. And it's like, what the fuck, man? My heat's off. Why is it so damn hot in my car?
It is a nice bright sun today.
But then you roll down the window to get the little ticket at the toll booth, and it's like, holy shit, it's cold outside. It rolls window back up. It's really not that bad right now.
Well, we're in for it this spring. According to George Leshkevich, a scientist with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Great Lakes Environmental Research Laboratory, says a fast melt this spring could produce ice jams in rivers and streams that in turn cause flooding. Joe, you're in South Buff. Are you close to Cass Creek and all of that? Would you be affected?
Yeah. I'm close to Cass Creek, but I don't know how much flooding from the creek would actually affect me. But yeah, I mean, like I can walk there in like 2 minutes.
And the other thing is that no matter what, the spring is going to be colder, far colder than usual, because of the wind coming off the lakes, which is frozen. What do you got there? What was that?
14 degrees right now, and I'm saying it's warm outside.
Yeah, that's downright tropical this day and age.
It is. It's nice outside, and it's only 14 fucking degrees. Can I swear on this show? I didn't ask. I meant to.
Hey, whatever the fuck you want, man. This is all Western New York Radio.
Well, because you know, it's a morning show, and we're expecting people to be listening at work. So I don't know if we want to make it not safe for work.
Work. Yeah, I encourage people to listen to this show at work and turn up the volume.
So let everybody listen
on your computer. Make sure everybody can hear it.
Let everybody listen. Yeah.
They can come hang out with us on Google's.
Absolutely, yeah. Hey, the more the merrier.
And Jairus Bird.
Jairus Byard. Jairus Byard.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
We got to figure out a way to do this like in the studio where whoever's talking is on screen. We need to figure that out. Or at least a split screen or something, man. Cause
I know. I just keep switching it back and forth, but it's the haphazard at best.
Yeah.
All right, so we've had a horrible winter, frozen temperatures, very cold, very snowy this year, and the spring is not going to be any better. Let's see, the lake ice right now is actually nearing historic levels. The record all-time is 1979, 94.76% of the Great Lakes were completely frozen.
Wow.
And let's see. Where we are right now, 89.01%.
That's pretty damn frozen.
Haven't even hit 89% since 1994.
Yeah, I saw on the news. I saw on Channel 2 News this morning that people are actually traveling to Niagara Falls just to see the frozen falls.
Yes, I talked about that a little bit this morning. There was some tourists actually went out into the closed area, and we're trying to venture down into the into Jindalu's lair. If you missed it, there is a leprechaun that lives at the base of the falls. His name's Jindalu. I hung out with him. I told the whole story earlier. There's no sense of getting into it now.
Well, no, I'm not going to make you repeat yourself. I could go back and watch it as soon as the show's over.
Jindalu, it's all true, though. He's down there. That's why they don't want you down there.
I thought about, I actually thought about after I left your house last night going to drive around Niagara Falls and see it if it was frozen or not, because I wasn't sure. And then I found out this morning that it is still frozen, so it would have been actually probably worth the drive to check out. But, you know, it's like I said last night on the show, I live in Niagara Falls. It's just water. Or I lived in Niagara Falls for 29 years, so it's just water. In fact, me and my buddy Turtle, we used to walk over the Rainbow Bridge going into Canada, and people would be stopping to take pictures. And they're looking at, stopping, looking over the bridge, and my buddy would just yell, "It's only water, people!" And he's right, Yeah, sure, it's an impressive amount of water going over a cliff, but it's still only water.
Yeah, true. That's a nice walk going over the Rainbow Bridge, too. Go over to Niagara Falls, Canada.
Let me tell you a Rainbow Bridge story real quick.
Okay.
Because I know you got to go shortly. Let me tell you this story real quick. I was walking over with my ex-wife, and I think we might have been coming back. I don't remember, but she had the hiccups, like real bad. And you know how you're supposed to scare the hiccups out of people?
Sure.
Yeah. So
she shock and it constricts the diaphragm or whatever.
So she goes and she stops and she's looking over the Rainbow Bridge, looking over at the falls. I go behind, grab her by the hips, and just kind of lift up real quick. I don't think she's had the hiccups since. She was so mad at me, but I don't think she's had the hiccups since. So
the cure worked. It's just the fear has to be real. The fear has to be real.
She was so pissed off, and I'm like, but your hiccups are gone.
Oh man, that's funny. Nice. Well, before we head out, one quick plug-o line. Rick Rhodes from WKBW is doing a new, very exciting project called Buffalo Night Out TV. They'll be televising Western New York's best original local music.
Ooh.
Will be aired on Channel 7, WKBW, late night, of course, but still be on Channel 7. And the first show is actually coming up Thursday, March 27th at 8 p.m. And where else? It's at the Evening Star.
Evening Star.
That's right. The Evening Star will be home to Buffalo Night Out TV for the foreseeable. 8810 Niagara Falls Boulevard, Niagara Falls, New York, 14304. S is everywhere, Billy. You know it.
Evening Star. I actually drove by there on the way to work after the show last night.
I love that.
I took the long way. I took the boulevard because I had so much time to kill, but I don't want to drive all the way home.
That's the worst. All right, well, the inaugural show is going to feature Den of Lions and Dark Eyes 55, the band that we had on Noah's Ark last week.
The mayor of Lockport.
Yes, yeah, Aaron Anson of Dark Eyes, now the mayor of Lockport from the Pothole Ticket. So great stuff. That's really awesome to see. Those guys are going to be on the first show. Den of Lions, of course, features Keith Shusky, who appeared on The Voice. I don't know, is that a show, Joe? What's The Voice?
That's a show. It's one of those reality shows where they give people record contracts.
Oh, okay, so it's American Idol different.
It's a little different than American Idol. They have like 4 judges, but they don't look at you when you sing. They only go by your voice, which is why it's called The Voice.
Okay, there was an interesting study I saw once not too long ago that said when people are looking away from a musician, they tend to pick out whether the performance is technically correct much, much better. If you're watching an instrumentalist while they play, then you'll tend to be influenced by their body language. So maybe that's smart. The Voice is onto something there. Maybe they saw that study too. I don't think they read that much over it.
So what you're saying is the next time I go see Noah Gogi and the Skulls to face the back wall,
Yeah. If
and then
anything, go into
I'll
the band.
notice you guys fucking up.
Yeah, then go down the street, and then you just watch another band who don't fuck up. No.
I know that there's Noah Gogi and the Skulls show, but the Whiskey Reaver we're at Tudor. I'm going. See ya.
All right, I can't go over today, my friend. I would love to sit here and chat with you all day, but I must get out of here.
It's good. I'll get with you sometime next week.
Absolutely, sounds good.
All
Thanks.
right, man. Good to see you.
Noah.
That's it, folks. Thank you for tuning in. It's Noah in the morning. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning. Joe, you going to join us tomorrow morning again?
Tomorrow I should be sleeping at this time because I got to get up and get my kid.
Okay, fair enough.
Morning.
We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get the composer of this theme music, Mr. Jean Ben, on the phone. Talk to him a little bit. See what's going on. This is going to be the time slot going forward for the next few weeks at least, folks. We'll do 10 to 11 every day here, except for Wednesday. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll be here with you. It's Noah in the morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give us a call anytime at all. Western New York Radio, 716-402-4218. You can also email me, noahsark@allwnmyradio.com. Thank you, Joe. Think so, Joe.
Hey, thank you for having me.
My buddy from the Ark.
You.
Catch you next time, folks. See you tomorrow morning.